Good afternoon, students. Let us study the first chapter of prose section of class 12th. Its name is A Girl with a Basket. A girl having a basket. This chapter is written by William C. Douglas. William C. stands here Campbell. William Campbell Douglas. And William Campbell Douglas was born on 5th April 1856, and he was a great educator and an author. About the author, William C. Douglas was a judge of Supreme Court of United States of America. He was also an educator and author. William C. Douglas was not only an educator but also an author. He loved India. He was very fond of Indian culture. He has passion for Indian culture. He visited India in 1950 after 3 years of independence. William C. Douglas visited our country in 1950 after independence of our country. He wanted to know about India and Indian people. So, behind his visiting in India, there was a you can say a desire of the author that he wanted to know about India and Indian people. Along with other places of India, he also visited Ranikhet. So, in India, he visited many places, and there was a Ranikhet. Now, this place is in Uttarakhand. In the present essay, he has given the description of his journey from New Delhi to Bareilly in a slow speed train. So he started his journey from New Delhi, and he visited Bareilly, and through Bareilly he reached Ranikhet. So let us study about his visiting India, what he saw in India, in our country, and why he was interested in our culture. Let us see. I had left New Delhi for Himalaya. I here the author left New Delhi. He left New Delhi for Himalayas. From New Delhi he went Himalayas. I was going as far as Bareilly by train and then by a car to Ranikhet. He was going to Bareilly by train, and from Bareilly he wanted to reach Ranikhet. An old British Army hill station located on a 6,000 foot ridge opposite a 120-mile stretch of snow-capped Himalayas. Ranikhet was an old British Army hill station, and it was located nearly 6,000 foot above the opposite of 120 miles stretched means spreaded of snow-capped Himalayas. So it was the place 6,000 feet above ridge means top or crest. Opposite 120 miles stretch snow-capped Himalayas. It was just opposite. Ranikhet was just opposite 125 mile stretched snow-capped Himalayas. The train was slow. The train was slow and it stopped at all the way stations. It means the train was a passenger train that stopped at every station. At every stop, I swung open the door of my compartment. Here the author says that at every station, at every stop, he opened the door of the compartment. Compartment means carriage, train's carriage, and walked the platform, and he got off from the compartment and walked the platform. The platforms were packed with people, Sikhs, Muslims, Hindus, soldiers, merchants, priests, porters, beggars, hawkers. Means here the author says that the platforms were packed with the people of different religions, different trade workers, Sikh, Muslim, Hindu, soldiers were there, merchants, traders, priests. Priest means one who offer prayer in churches and temples, you can say. Porters are the sailors, and you can say sailors or one who took luggage on his head. You can say the porters is also known as coolies. Beggars, hawkers, means the stations were packed with these peoples. Almost everyone was barefoot and dressed in loose white garment. Everyone in the stations, at the stations, were barefoot and they wore loose garments, loose white garments. I would ask at least 3 people before I could find one who spoke English. Here the author explains that in order to talk in English, he had to try or he had to talk at least 3 people to find out a man who could speak English. Because the author did not know Hindi, he knew English language and he could speak English well. So he could understand only English language. So he tried to find out such people who could speak English. We would talk world affairs and every major topic the news of the day produced. Here the author says that he talked about the world affair, world matter, affairs means matters, and every major topic, every important topic that the news produced that day. So he talked about the happenings of the same day in the newspapers. In this way, I was trying to get a feel of the pulse of the nation, checking opinion against official attitudes and reports. And in this way, he tried to know the feelings of the people towards the country. Feel of the pulse means होता है, हम लिख सकते हैं इसको, राष्ट्र की भावनाओं को जान लेना, राष्ट्र के लोगों कि राष्ट्र के प्रति भावनाओं को परख लेना या जान लेना. So in this way, the author was trying to get the feeling towards their country, and he checked their opinions, their views towards the official attitudes and reporters. So in this way, the author continued to getting off at each station, and he continued talking to the people. The route lay through one of the richest of India's agricultural area. The route through which he was visiting by train, that route lay through the richest India's culture area. India's cultural means agricultural, you can say, where the agriculture production is rich. So the author was passing through you can say a rich agriculture area. This was the plain of the upper Ganga river, 1,000 feet above sea level, but tropical. And this was the plain of river, upper Ganga river. Plain of upper Ganga river means it was the upper part of the Ganga river, 1,000 feet above the sea level, and that plain was 1,000 above the sea level, but it was tropical. Tropical means where the plants and trees were developed, and it was a raised part of the land, raised part of the land. The Ganga was brown silt. The Ganga was brown silt, swollen with flood waters. Its overflows inundating thousands of acres of rice. Here the author says that the Ganga was brown silt. It was looking brown, and silt is you can understand, you can know here as a soil, silt, sand mixed, soil mixed with sand, swollen with flood, and those days there was enough water in that river. Its overflow inundating means infinite, or thousands of acres of rice. Means the Ganga plain was stretched many acres of the field, and where there was water only, nothing else water. The Ganga was brown silt, swollen with flood water in overflow, inundating thousands of acres of rice, and there was thousands of acres of rice in that plain, and that was filled with water. To the north were jungles, great expanses of great higher than a man's head, and unbroken except for an occasional clump of trees, the home of tigers, elephants, pythons, and cobras. Here in these lines, the author explains that to the north were jungles. To the north of the Himalayas, there were jungles, great expanses of grass, and there was great expanses, means there were high grasses, high grass. Expanses means होता है stretch, विस्तार, फैलाव of grass higher than man's head, and that grass was higher than the man's head and unbroken except for an occasional clumps of trees, and it was stretched, the grass was stretched to the clumps of the trees, clumps of the trees. Occasional means appearing irregularly, clumps of trees. So the grass was stretched to the clumps of the trees, and here and there the clumps of the trees were found. The homes of and those clumps of the trees and the grass were the homes of tigers, elephants, pythons, and cobras. In that area there lived many forest animals like tiger, elephants, pythons, and cobras. Everywhere else there was flat land running to the horizon, but dotted here and there by the sacred banyan tree or by rows of pakar trees shaped like elms. Here the author explains that everywhere there was flatlands running to the horizon. Everywhere there were flatlands and they touch to the horizon, but that land was dotted with the trees. Means here and there we can see clumps of trees and some trees, and those were the banyan trees, sacred banyan trees. Sacred means holy. Banyan बरगद होता है पेड़, ये banyan means बरगद का पेड़. Trees or by rows of pakar tree. Pakar tree, this is also a kind of tree. This is a banyan like a tree, and shaped like elms. Elms is also a tree. Elms is also a tree. So in this way, here the author says that the area was very flat, and it was dotted with the sacred trees like banyan and pakar trees and elm trees. And having thick twisted trunks, those trees had thick twisted means turned trunks. Trunks means branches. Those trees have thick branches which were twisted. Hot humid air was moving in from the southwest, and the author also felt hot humid air moving in from the southwest. And the air was running from the southwest. It was humid and hot. Monkeys, some of them mothers with babies clinging to them and riding underneath swung off trees at the stations looking for food. The author says here that he also saw some monkeys at the stations, and those monkeys were some mothers and some male, and the mother monkeys, they had their young ones. Their young ones were clinged means you can say that they were fixed to the mother's baby. Cling means fixed to mother's baby. Cling means grasp or sticking to mother's baby. So in this way, here the author says that monkeys, some male monkeys and female were there at the stations. Their babies were sticking to their stomach and riding underneath. Some of the monkeys were riding underneath. Swung off trees at the stations. Some of the monkeys were swinging off from the trees at the stations, looking for food. And all the monkeys, they were looking for food. They were searching for food. The villages were passed, had walls made of mud mixed with water and cow dung. Here the author says that the villages which had passed, those villages were made of mud mixed with water. Means he watched mud houses, kacha houses, which were having cow dungs. Their peaked roofs were thatched, and their roof of the houses were thatched. Thatched means they were set up with dried grass and leaves. Thatched means managed with dried grass and leaves. Bundles of grass tied to bamboo poles, and bundles of grass were tied to bamboo poles and stretched across the rafters. Rafters means a long wooden pole. Rafter means a long wooden pole. We can say that rafter means छप्पर. In Hindi छप्पर कह सकते हैं हम इसको. So the houses were made of mud and cow dung, and the roof of the houses were made of dried grass and leaves. That day the pumpkin vines that grew over them were in bloom. Those days, here the author says that those days the pumpkin vines. Pumpkin means this is a vegetable. हम इसे कद्दू भी कह सकते हैं, लौकी भी कह सकते हैं. Those days the vines of pumpkin grew over them. Them here stands houses. Over the houses there were vines of the pumpkin, and the vines were blooming. Bloom means springing, खिल रहे थे. Means in Hindi, उन दिनों कद्दू की बेलें उन छप्परों के ऊपर खिल रही थी. Trailing streakers of yellow over drab walls. Trailing streakers means a long thin line of mark of different substance or color. Trailing means a mark with different color and substance. So trailing streakers of yellow over the drab walls. So in the drab walls, it was looking as if a colorful line has been marked. A colorful line has been marked from the wall. At one station, my routine of talking with the people was interrupted. Interrupted means interfered. At one of the stations, the author's routine of talking to the people was interfered. As soon as I alighted, a group of young children gathered around me. Alighted means got off from the train. As soon as the author got off from the train, a group of young children gathered around him. They were selling baskets. The young ones or the young children were selling baskets, and those baskets were hand woven reed baskets with a single design and pattern. And the basket which the young children were selling, those were hand woven basket. Reed basket. Reed is a water plant. Reed is a water plant, and it is very long water plant, and with that water plant the baskets were woven, and the baskets were very simple designed and pattern. The baskets had very simple design and simple pattern. So here the author says that the children were selling hand woven baskets. Those have no a very remarkable design, but they have a simple pattern and design. They held the baskets high. The children were holding the baskets high, and they were shouting the words, I did not know, but conveying unmistakably their desire. The author says that the children were raising their hands high, holding their baskets, and in this way they want to convey something. They want to give message to the author, but the author was unable to understand their language. But anyhow, the author says that they were expressing their desire. So students, today I have explained this much, up to paragraph 3 paragraphs, and in the next video I will explain the next portion. Thank you.